What's going on, guys? Holy crap, the camera needs to focus. What's going on? It is GZTV back with another video, the first of two videos that I'm actually going to film right now. We're going live. Here, we got Denzel Curry with Imperial. We're going to go through the songs. We're going to explain. You guys know the deal if you're new around here. I mean, that's just what we do. We go on Genius, we look at what they have to say about the records and stuff, and then we kind of give our thoughts on it. But Imperial is the sophomore album by Denzel Curry, originally released for free on March 9th, 2016 through Caroline Records and Loma Vista Recordings. The album was re-released on Apple Music and Spotify on October 14th, 2016. I'm sorry about the stupid-ass air thing in the background, because I noticed that it comes up on my videos in the background. But anyways, this album was re-released on Apple Music and Spotify on October 14th, 2016. The songs Narcotics and Pure Enough are replaced by Good Night and Me Now. But first song is Ult. Ult is the introductory song on Imperial. The hook has been suggested to be a diss towards Space Ghost Perp, who was previously his mentor, specifically suggesting he is an Ult, which has been said to have multiple meanings by Denzel, including utilizing limitless talent, understanding life's teachings, ultimately liberating together, unity, love, trust. The song also discusses police brutalities as well as black on black crimes. The use of the term ultimate, by Denzel Curry and a C9 crew seems to have originated, shut the fuck up, from his breakout song Ultimate from his double EP 32Zell, Planet Shrooms, ESPN, Just Be Quiet. I'm not in the mood for this. Next is Gook. Gook is the second song on Imperial where he flaunts his differences over an aggressive flow. For those speculating, Denzel clarified the meaning of the word Gook on his Twitter, so if you want to know, look it up. Next song is called Sick and Tired. Sick and Tired is the third track on Imperial. The song is split into two parts and includes two skits. The first half discussing living in the hood and the mentality of a poor thug living in it. The next part contrasts this and instead shows a rich thug but is still bound by the hood mentality despite having money. It's about the cycle of violence. Up next is Naughty Head. Naughty Head is about Denzel's upbringing, the environment, people he was surrounded by. Both Curry and Rick Ross, who's on the song, are from Carol City, Florida. They both represent Carol City, Blackland, and the subculture that divides itself from Miami. This song is also an apparent reference to the Wu-Tang Clan song Wu-Tang, Seventh Chamber. Moving on to Narcotics, which actually I didn't listen to. We're going to listen to... I'm going to explain the other tracks too, because there's like pretty much 12 total tracks that were a part of the Imperial experience. But as a bonus track on Denzel's Imperial, Narcotics is a track about the unfair perceptions that white people and police have about young successful black men. I think the vinyl has a different version from the streaming. I think that's the only way to explain that. But anyways, next is Story No Title. A story with no title means that no conclusions can be made in advance. Usually a title serves to give the audience a hint at the direction of a narrative. Denzel parallels a untitled story to his life. He tells a brief life story and Story No Title so nobody can jump to conclusions about him based off of how he represents himself, sometimes as a gook. Through personal anecdotes, Denzel provides listeners with an introspective account of his come-up in the rap game. It also refers to a story of a typical kid, one without any particular special circumstances, and one that will also be forgotten. The song especially emphasizes the point of being a typical kid in the last verse where Denzel talks about his upbringing as just another kid. This is the sixth track on Denzel's second album, Imperial, and was produced by Lino Martinez and Prom Night. Recording and mixing was done by Nate Burgess, and the lyrics were written by Denzel. So let's move on to the next song, Pure Enough. On this track, Denzel Curry finds himself in a deep state of self-reflection and self-awareness, questioning if he is really pure enough to keep it honest with himself and his ability to pull many women, but yet none that truly love him. Next is Zenith. This was a pretty good song. Zenith is time at which something or someone is most powerful or successful, and it has Joey Badass on it, so he gave a really long, nice verse. Next song is This Life. Pretty sad song, that's really all I'm going to say about it. Moving on to If Tomorrow's Not Here. It is written from the point of view of a prisoner. Denzel is putting himself in the shoes of his friends. Dude, stop. Ruben Slick Thompson and Darnell Nell Butter. Although they are both out of prison, he is briefly explaining their time while there. So yeah, let's get to the streaming version so I can kind of explain the other tracks, and then I'll let you know what I think of it, of the album as a whole. Okay. Good Nights and Me Now are the ones. So we'll talk about Me Now. Me Now was featured on the re-released edition of Imperial as the fifth track replacing Narcotics. That's really all they have to fucking say about it. Is it Good Night? This track was included in the re-release of Denzel Curry's 10-track album Imperial, which originally released on March 9th, 2016, took the place of Pure Enough. That's pretty much all Genius had to say about that, but let me talk about the album. I think it's really interesting. I don't think there's too big of a message or a concept or a story going on in this album. I don't treat it as a concept album. I treat it as more of a hip-hop banger album, and I enjoy it for that. I can appreciate music both ways, trust me. I could go from listening to Kanye West or like Eminem to a guy like Travis Scott, or I mean Travis Scott is kind of conceptual. A guy like Lil Baby, I'll listen to a guy like Lil Baby or Gunna, you know, like I can get in both lanes. I can chill with both music playing, both types of music playing. Anyways, I think I'm not gonna compare this to Gunna or Lil Baby because Denzel Curry is far better than those guys, and I think that should be obvious. I have his Taboo album in the background that I really appreciate what Denzel Curry's been doing for the rap game and the Florida scene, the Southern scene, whatever you want to call it. His come up with Ski Mask and X has been so cool to watch. Ultimate off this 32 Zell tape really pushed him into stardom. That was before Imperial came out, I believe. So by this time, he's already been kind of successful. This was like his breakout. This was like his huge, huge record, like his first big one. This was like, think of like Corday's The Lost Boy. That was like kind of Denzel Curry's version of that. I don't know why that came to mind, but it just kind of did. But yeah, I really, really enjoy this record. The beats are fire. It's very trappy, which is awesome. You gotta love that. But yeah, I don't have too much else to say about this record. I feel like there are some good concepts, but really I treat it as a vibe album. Not a bad thing that shouldn't have a negative connotation associated with it whatsoever. But anyways, here in a couple minutes, I'm going to set up a stream to do my playoff predictions because the playoffs are starting tomorrow at, let me see what time they actually start tomorrow. The NFL playoffs, man, it's going to be some blockbuster games in the wild card, which is very, very rare. Can my fucking phone stop? Why does it do this? Starting at 3:30 tomorrow. I mean, we got playoffs, so that's gonna be fun to watch. We got a doubleheader Saturday, a triple header Sunday, and a Monday night game. So that kind of sucks because I'm gonna be driving home, and that's actually a good ass game. I don't know. I don't. All the primetime games are like the really, really good games, like the three best games of the weekend. I think they chose those right, but I'm doing playoff predictions here in a little bit. I'm gonna go to my I'm gonna go work on some coding a little bit until my next class, and then I'm gonna go to that class. I have a quiz in that class. I'm gonna take it. Then I'm gonna react to Earl Sweatshirts. And by the way, if you guys haven't noticed, I've been starting to edit my album reviews and reactions. So let me know what you guys think of that. But I'm gonna be doing Earl Sweatshirt Sick after that class. It's probably only gonna be like a 9-minute video. It's a very, very short album, and there's already 3 singles that I've listened to, so I'm not gonna listen to those on this version. You guys should know this by now. Doesn't really make sense for me to because I've actually posted reactions to those songs on the channel, so it's a bit repetitive, it's a bit saturated. I'm just gonna listen to the new tracks. Then later tonight, it just depends if my friends come over or not. If they do, I won't do a Twitch stream. I'm doing one either tonight or tomorrow. Expect a Twitch stream Fortnite. I'm not doing FNAF. I don't know if I'll ever play Five Nights at Freddy's. I don't know. I feel like that's a game I'll get very, very frustrated at, knowing myself. I gotta save myself from those things. But yeah, this has been Denzel Curry's Imperial album. I enjoyed the music. Hopefully you guys do too. Great flows on this. Sometimes it's kind of hard to understand him, but he's got great flows. The beats are banging. Ronnie J did a great job on a lot of these instrumentals because he handled a lot of it. Ronnie J is obviously a very, very good trap producer, and I feel like he doesn't get enough credit for that. What else is there to say? I mean, Saturday, we're going to have a horror movie review. Regardless, I'm going to try to find a horror movie to watch today. I was going to go to the theaters and watch the Scream remake, but I was going to go with my dad, but I don't think he wants to go. So, we'll have to see. I'll probably find a horror movie. I've had a bunch of suggestions from like horror film reviewers on YouTube. Shout out to Cody Leach. He definitely got me into that type of stuff. But anyways, leave a like, comment, subscribe. As always, it's been Jeezy TV. Hopefully you enjoyed my somewhat in-depth review. Hopefully you enjoyed the music. I will be back here in a couple minutes for my playoff predictions. I'm doing the full thing. I'm not just doing the wild card. I'm going to the divisional. I'm doing the conference champs, and I'm doing the Super Bowl. So if you're an NFL fan and you've been watching my This Week in NFL videos all year, you should probably tune into that.